But again, my name is Dolly. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. I live in South Florida. I've been living here for 9 years. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. And my content focuses on working on our mindset, our personal growth, whatever that entails for you, right? For me, a lot of it is my spiritual growth, my spiritual journey has been like probably one of the main things for me um, on this journey. And I've been focusing on all of this a lot for like the past 5 years. Um, so I can speak on it, and that's why I'm saying, like, right, things take time. You got to give it time. Savage Queen, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Thank you for grabbing your heart, me. How have you been? For those on the YouTube, what's up? I am on the Tickety Talkie live at the same time. I'm giving this a try. I'm giving it a try. Why not? Gotta expand my horizons, not keep my eggs all in one basket. So, okay, you're taking it chill mode. I hear that, girl. We have to, right? We have to. Life be life, and there's a lot going on. So, we have to chill out sometimes. We really do. Because we're constantly on the go, go, go. And life is not meant to be lived like that. It's really not. We got to give ourselves grace. We got to give ourselves time. Thank you, Savage Queen. Thank you for the paper crane. How are you? I hope you're doing good. User, welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Um, yeah, I'm trying the YouTube out too, but so far no one's in here because this is my very first time going live on the YouTube at the same time as I'm going live on the Tickety Talkie. I still can't go. No, actually, I didn't try it again. I probably could go live on the other app, the other side, as many refer to it, but whatever. I'm not too fond of that one. I don't know, it's too glitchy. Not crazy about that one. They gotta work on it. They gotta work on it. But I'll try it out eventually. Again, thank you for liking the live. But yeah, we're still talking about, right? I shared a video like an hour ago discussing how we have to grow ourselves in order to impact others. And just be, especially if you're a mama, right? A wife, or whoever you live with, let's say, that you want to be better for, right? Be better for your loved ones. It starts with you. It starts with working on yourself. We can't expect, welcome in, welcome in. I am on the Tickety Talkie and the YouTube at the same time. Yeah, welcome in. This is my first time live on the YouTube. So, hello, yeah, my name is Dolly. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised, and I live in South Florida. I like to talk about working on our mindset, personal growth, and just real life, real talk in general. So, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Um, what was I saying? Sometimes I get that, mom brain fog. My fellow mamas can relate. Um, but yeah, we have to work on ourselves first and foremost. Because in the past, right, especially when it comes to relationship, like your spouse, your significant other, I'm guilty of this, right? I used to point the finger a lot. Like, we tend to look at other people's, what we see as, you know, negative, or what's wrong with them, or like, we always point the finger, look at other people's backyards, but we don't look at ourselves. That's not going to get you very far. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself, right? So it starts with us. We have to work on ourselves first in order to be better for those around us, especially our loved ones. Um, and just, of course, to be better for ourselves, but like I said earlier, also to impact others. Because by working on ourselves, some people, it's happened with me, some people might start to notice, like, you're different, but in a good way. Like, what are you up to? Like, what have you been working on? Like, you're just different. Like, right? They might see like this glow about you because you're working on yourself. Um, okay, I see YouTube is throwing me just like Tickety Talkie likes to do with a lot of the BOTs and the trolls. Oh my goodness. That doesn't faze me, bro. But anyway, we keep it positive here. We're working on our mindset and our personal growth and just real life, real talk. So welcome in, welcome in. Martha, welcome in. How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know. Okay, yeah, in case you're like wondering, girl, why you looking this way, that way, I am on live from both the Tickety Talkie and the YouTube at the same time. I'm giving it a try. So, yeah, we cannot put our eggs all in one basket, right? We got to expand our horizons. But yes, again, working on our mindset, personal growth, real life, real talk. So if you are into that, you're in the right space. And I always say for everyone to, connect with each other. Let's support one another, right? Support is free. Why not? Let's support one another. The world needs more of that. We need more positivity. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right? We need more positivity, less drama, less gossip, all that stuff. That's not going to benefit us. We got to work on ourselves. Again, it starts with us. Right? If everyone were to work on themselves for the better, then the world would be a better place. Right? It really does start with us because again, we cannot control other people. You can try to be, a positive influence, right? Make a positive impact, advise people, if they want it, right? Don't force your advice or opinions on others. That's a turn off. Nobody wants to deal with that. But if people are open to hearing, your advice, your opinion, right? You can make an impact. You got to watch your words though and how you go about it. I always say a lot of the time, it's not what we're saying, it's how we're saying it, right? Sometimes we may mean well, but the other person is interpreting it differently because, you know, they're just interpreting it differently for whatever reason. Or it could be honestly because of how we're saying it, right? We gotta watch how we say things. Um, yes, we cannot control other people and how they interpret things, right? But we can be cautious of how we speak to others, right? Like, we got to look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves and see, like, all right, am I being nice about this? Could I go about this a different way? Um, what you call it? We got to look at ourselves, right? Yes, we cannot control others. We cannot control how they interpret what we're telling them or how we're treating them. We may mean well, they may take it a completely different way. But we can try to see, all right, why are they taking it that way? Am I being maybe a little too condescending? Am I sounding judgmental? Am I sounding very opinionated, right? We have to look at ourselves too. We cannot just always point the finger at other people and look in everyone else's backyard. None of us are perfect, and we never will be. We're human. So we got to work on ourselves. It starts with us, yeah. Work on yourself, grow yourself, and I'm telling you, you will impact others for sure. And that's why I started creating this content on mindset and personal growth, because again, I have been working on this consistently for like the past 5 years. So I feel like 5 years is a decent amount of time, right, to share what my experience with all of this, with my spiritual journey, my personal growth, right? 5 years is a decent amount of time to be able to speak on it. My personal life experiences on all of this. Um, and that's why I'm sharing, because I feel like there's enough like dramatic, gossiping kind of content out there, right? It could be a little entertaining at first, but is it really benefiting us? No, it's not. We need more positivity in this world for sure. Let me check here. KJ, welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. Let me check my casita here. 44 minutes on Tickety Talk. Okay. Yeah. I try to be on here from 11:30 to, for 2 hours or so. But let's see. Life has been lifing a lot lately. So I will just go with the flow. And let's see how this goes. And for those on the YouTube, hello, this is my first time live on YouTube. I'm also live on the Tickety Talk at the same time. I cannot be going live multiple times a day on different platforms one at a time. Absolutely not. My life does not have time to do all of that. No. So that's why I'm going live at the same time. On two different social media platforms, because we got to kill two birds with one stone, right? I might try the other platform out next time. Trying to see, like, trial and error. A lot of this is trial and error. But welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Again, my name is Dolly. I'm a mama of three. I am married 10 years now. I live in South Florida. I've been living here for 9 years, but I am originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. And I like to talk about just real life, real talk in general. I want my lives to feel very down to earth, relatable, a place to just hang out and connect with each other and talk about real life, real talk, and working on our mindset and personal growth. That is the goal of my lives and my content. Little by little, right? I always say slow and steady wins the race. Your people will find you, right? We cannot please everyone. We're not going to be, as they say, everyone's cup of tea. You got to do what works best for you, what you enjoy, what you have a passion about, right? There's all sorts of different content, and your people will find you. That's how I see it. No need to rush things either. Enjoy the journey. Everything in life, not everything, but a lot of things in life are so rushed. Especially I feel here in the United States of America, right? It's like rush, 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 work, work, work. And for me, personally, especially being born and raised in New York City, right? Known as the city that never sleeps. All that hustle over there, right? We're definitely go-getters. But it's so fast-paced. New York City, you gotta be on your toes. You gotta go, go, go. That's just how it is there. But life, I don't feel, is meant to be lived that way. We're supposed to have our moments to just chill out. There's no reason why we should be always non-stop go, go, go. We're gonna burn ourselves out that way. We're gonna be so overwhelmed and stressed out. And that eventually it gets to the point where that stress, we know stress can, if you're dealing with that on a daily basis, that go, 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 not giving yourselves breaks, giving yourself some me time, is not healthy. And eventually, it's going to catch up to you. And you could possibly get, physically ill. Um, we don't want that. So that's why we really need to work on ourselves and give ourselves the time that we need. I know it feels like there's just never enough time in the day, right? Hey, Kenny, how's it going? How are you? Happy Wednesday. How's it going? It feels like there's never enough time in a day, right? But you don't have to take all this time out, even if you just give yourself like half hour, right? You give yourself time. Give yourself time. Or if you take a shower or a bath, right? Put those candles on. Put some chill music, meditative music, whatever you like, whatever flows your boat. Just give yourself time, people. I'm telling you, give yourself time. Okay, Kenny, what are you dealing with? Are you sick? My daughter was just in the hospital this weekend with pneumonia, and my mom was hospitalized like 2 weeks ago. She has sepsis pneumonia. It's been crazy for me, nonstop. Okay, at least it's just a fever. Okay, glad to hear. Glad to hear. Good, good. Yeah, my little nephew, he'll be 3 in April. He had COVID pneumonia. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. But everyone seems to be doing better now, thank God. So yes, take care of yourself. Take whatever medicine you need to. Drink that tea. Put some honey in there. Whatever you gotta do to get yourself better. For sure. But yes, I am on live from both the Tickety Talk and the YouTube at the same time. Trying it out. Okay. But how about your appetite? Are you still, eating? You didn't lose your appetite? My mom was losing her appetite she let it go pretty long. Like, we all kind of lose our appetite sometimes when we get sick, right? But I didn't know it was to that extreme. Like, my mom didn't tell me that she really wasn't eating like all these things until it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and I went to the house and I had to take her to the hospital. She was bad, in bad, bad shape. And thank God I did, because when you have sepsis pneumonia, especially because she's older and she already has underlying health conditions, if you don't treat that sepsis pneumonia within like 12 hours or so, it is very serious. So please, everyone, if you are dealing with loss of appetite, all that stuff, please just go to the doctor. God say, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. Okay, 1,846 followers, true believer. Yes, God, yes, amen, amen. Welcome in. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm in South Florida. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. And I am on live on both the YouTube and the Tickety Talk. So if you guys see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm looking at both screens. But yes, I like to try. I haven't been able to go live my usual Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, because life has been lifing. But I'm trying to get back at it. I don't know if I might have to. I don't know if I might have to change things up. If I should try going live at night instead. But I'm more of an early bird. I'm more of a morning person. And I like going live while everyone's at school and at work. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right? And there's people from all over the world on these platforms. So even though it's Now afternoon for me, early afternoon, a lot of people are working, right? There's people from all over the world. So, I don't know why it's filtering out your comment. Let me approve it. Yeah, when I say personal growth, yes. Um, what you mean when you say grow? Yeah, personal growth. That's what my content is. And also, I would say for me especially, but I know it can apply to many, our spiritual growth. That's been a big one for me. My spiritual journey has been it's been a combination of things, but the main thing for me has been once I got back in tune with my spirituality, really working on that aspect of my life, it's made all the difference. Along with, I don't do it so much now because now I go to a gym, but before, especially when like COVID was happening, the kids were younger at home, right? I had to wake up really early, like 4:30 in the morning, to give myself that me quiet time. And what I would do was I would get my coffee, whatever, and just have my little me time, my quiet time, read my Bible, even listen to, any motivational, inspiring, encouraging, whether it be podcasts. I love podcasts, so that's a big one for me. Or even audio books, or just, even on social media, right? We can get a lot of motivating, inspiring, encouraging videos, right? Or content in general. Um, So just doing that, doing my like stretches and exercise at home at the time, just that whole combination really helped me to grow spiritually, mentally, physically, because for so long I was just constantly on the go, 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 right? Like I wouldn't wake up early to give myself my me time. I would just wake up if I had to wake up to go to work, or just wake up when the kids woke me up, right? So I never was really getting that time to myself. And that is so important because when you're just constantly doing a million different things, especially, for others, right? Yes, of course, us mamas especially want to look out for our kids, right? Our spouse. Um, but we can't put ourselves on the back burner. We can't. Then we're not going to show up as our best selves for our loved ones. We're not. If we don't take care of ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we're not going to show up as our best selves. We're just going to be burnt out, overwhelmed, stressed out, exhausted. It's not going to be a good look. Trust me. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. I've been there for a long time. But for us mamas, especially, I know I speak for a lot of us mamas. We tend to feel guilty if we take time for ourselves, right? Because we feel like there's this never-ending to-do list. There's things we gotta get done. That's more important. That's priority. Like we have to get it all done. We're not gonna get everything done in one day. That's for sure. And we're just gonna be. I was very like snappy with an attitude, right, at everybody because I was burnt out, stressed out. And I didn't want to be like that. I would feel horrible after. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just snapped at my kids. Like, I feel bad. Yeah, of course, sometimes, you got to discipline them. I'm not talking about disciplining them, I'm talking about just snapping at the kids and hubby, not necessarily for no reason, but it was just because I was burnt out and stressed out and I was lashing out on them. Um, when you feel growth isn't hard, you think so? I think it is. I think it is. It is because growth also for me includes trying to break a lot of bad habits that we've probably been doing the majority of our life. Also, trying to break those generational cycles is very difficult. Trying to continue working on ourselves while at the same time raising kids, right? Trying to be the best for them, but we're trying to work on ourselves too, is really difficult. Um, I used to beat myself up a lot, dealing with a lot of mom guilt, always thinking, am I doing this right? I don't think I'm doing enough. I don't think I'm doing a great job, right? So it takes a lot. And with that, also, we need to learn how to give ourselves grace too. Um, when what is right in front of us? What do you mean? What's not growth? Let me know. I try my best. I am an open-minded person. I like to hear other people's perspectives. So I would like to know what you mean. I would. Let me see. I'm trying to let me know what you mean, God's sight. Let me know. How do I? Okay, just trying to see how this works on the YouTube. It's okay. Let's see. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm just messing around on the YouTube as well, just to see how this all works over here on this side. I am on YouTube and Tickety Talk at the same time. Okay. All right. Um, but yes, let me know when it's right in front of us. That's when what is right in front of us. For some people, things are right more noticeable and easier for others, right? Um, so can only really share and speak on what I've been experiencing in my life, especially for the last 5 years, is when I've really been working on all of this. Um, it's something about getting in your 30s. I'm 37. I'll be 38 this year, God willing, in May. And it's just something, once I reach my 30s, especially around 33, is when I really started working on my spiritual growth, my personal growth, my mindset, all the things. Um, Welcome in. How are you? Let me know where you're joining from. Thank you for grabbing your heart, me. Okay, so my opinion of growth is having the confidence about yourself in any situation. That's true. Know that not because you failed or didn't achieve, you really. That's true, right? We should have, but for a lot of people, even working on their confidence, right? A lot of people might not have that confidence. I feel like that confidence, it comes right by taking action on working on yourself. Then that's when the confidence kicks in. When you take action on bettering yourself, the confidence kicks in. Um, but that's my opinion. Yeah, growth is really your mindset. It really is. It really is. If you're constantly critiquing yourself, right? Um, Talking down on yourself, right? That negative self-talk. If you're constantly doing that, or if you have others around you who are doing that to you directly, hopefully not, right? Or just people around you who they're not trying to be on the same level as you. Like, not that you think you're better than anybody, right? But sometimes that happens. If you're trying to work on yourself and other people still want to stay stuck here, right? They want to remain stagnant, and that's the people surrounding you, and they choose to just look at the negative, point out the negative, focus on that. That whole combination is not going to be good for you. You got to get out of that. I'm not saying to, like, especially if it's loved ones, I'm not saying to kick people to the curb, you know, but you got to be mindful of your environment. You got to be mindful of that and the people are that you're surrounded by. Um, Especially, right? There might be people who they've been talked down on, right? Since they were kids. Maybe they have parents or a parent who would constantly talk down on them, make them feel less than, right? That's hard to break out of. To just automatically feel confident when that's what you've been dealing with your whole life. It's tough to break out of that. Is it possible? Absolutely. It is. But I've witnessed it myself with some people I know in life. There's people who they might deal with similar situations, but remember, everyone is different from each other. So you might have some people who, even though, let's say you have two people and they're dealing with similar situations, one of them might choose to just continue using their life struggles as a crutch. And then you might have others who are like, you know what? I want to break out of this. I want to break these generational cycles. I want to continue working. I want to work on myself. I want to be better. I want to do better, right? And they have that mindset. They have that willpower to do that. Whereas there are people who unfortunately will use their life struggles, their upbringing as a crutch as to why they are the way they are, as to why, oh no, I can't do this, and that because of how I was raised and that, right? And I always say I try to have grace and understanding and compassion for everyone, right? And what they've gone through, but it gets to a point where it's like, okay, now you're an adult. You gotta try and do better for yourself. If you need to get whatever help it is that you need, try to do that, right? Whether it's seeing a therapist, because there's nothing wrong with therapy, right? Um, I suggest it, honestly. I've done it. It's benefited me, right? It doesn't make you it doesn't make you weak or crazy or anything like that. I think everybody honestly needs therapy. Even the therapists need therapy, let's be real. But you can't, once you're an adult, you gotta start making some decisions. But again, not everyone has that mindset and willpower to try and do better. They just continue in the same footsteps, let's say as their parents, whatever. They continue with the generational cycles, unfortunately. To be honest, not because you don't do it. Yeah, exactly. And everybody's journey, right? Everybody's journey looks different. And for some, like for me personally, like I said, I really didn't start this journey until like 5 years ago. I was like 33. Maybe for some, it happens sooner. Maybe for some, it comes later on in life. Then there's some that, unfortunately, they never really learn. They just choose to remain stagnant. They choose to also play victim. I know some people like that as well, right? They will play victim. They will blame everybody and their mother for why they are the way they are, why they're in the situations that they're in. You can't do that. You got to try your best to do better for yourself. It's your life, right? It's your life. You can't depend on anyone or lean on anyone to better your life. It's your life. It's what you make out of it. You can't go blaming everybody and their mother for the situations that you're in. That's just being a victim. That's victim mentality. It's not good. But again, it all depends on the individual. Some people, it's easier for them to get out of that mindset, right? And get into a more positive mindset. For others, it's not that easy. It's not. And right, I could say what I'm saying to a person like that till I'm blue in the face. It could just go through one ear and out the other, right? And we can't, also another thing, we can't force our views, our beliefs on people, right? Because that's just gonna turn them away. Again, you can advise, you could try to be an impact, you can advise, if they want it, give your opinion if they want it. And it also is how you go about it too. As I've said earlier, you don't want to be condescending. No one's going to be open to hearing you if that's how you're coming at them. They are not. Um, and ultimately, it depends on us. It depends on us as individuals how um, we go about, like, we just gotta, we can try to help others, but ultimately it starts with us. It starts with us and how we, you know, work on things for ourselves. Um, it really starts with us. We cannot control other people. We cannot. Thank you for joining in. Let me know where you're joining from. We cannot control other people. We can't. And I used to be one of those people. I used to be, right? Um, I'll be honest, especially with my husband, right? I've been with him for 18 years, married 10. It's a pretty long time, right? And we were together since we were young. I was only 19. Um, right? At that age, you still have a lot of learning to do, a lot of growing up to do. You haven't lived much life yet. Your brain is not even fully developed yet, right? So, yeah. And also, my upbringing, my examples of what a relationship, a marriage looked like wasn't the greatest either. Right? No excuses, but it took a while for me to come to these realizations and to, hey, Flex, welcome in. How are you? I'm not crying. I'm not crying. How are you doing? Um, I'm not crying. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just here chilling in my patio, enjoying the nice warm weather. Um, who's calling me? Who's calling me? All right. I'll call her back. I'll call her back. What time is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, it's almost 1. Let me check my casita. All right, I might just do an hour and a half today, honestly, because I want to do my 2, but for right now, I think I might stick to an hour and a half because I have a lot to catch up on, since a lot of these days I've been back and forth with follow-ups with my mom, and my daughter was in the hospital this weekend with pneumonia. So I've just been a lot of back and forth, and I might just keep it to an hour and a half today. I'm glad to be back on here though. I'm good. I'm much better. I'm much better. Much better. Thank you, guys. I glad to have you in here. Glad to have you in here. I appreciate you. It's been a good conversation. This is what I like to talk about. I like to work on my mindset, personal growth, and honestly, I love me like some good laughs, some good humor, right? But I do also love having these type of conversations, like deep talk, because I'm not a surface level talker. Yeehaw, thank you, Flex. Thank you. How's Margie doing and your dad? How are they? Thank you, Flex. Um, I am not a surface level talker for the most part. I like to have these kind of conversations that are gonna better us as individuals, right? Um, but that's me. That's me. And I know there's a lot of people out there like that. So, as I always say, your people will find you. Okay. Yeah, I'll call her back. It's nothing crazy. Okay. It's just been, yeah, helping my parents, you know. My dad, too, has his appointment. Nothing serious, though. But he's gonna be under the anesthesia. So my mom's like, I could drive him. I'm like, Ma, you're still recovering. You're still recovering from this sepsis pneumonia. Absolutely not. I will drive. Don't worry about it. Um, that's just how it is as our parents get older, right? Um, that's just how I am as their child. Some people don't care to put their parents in a nursing home, right? Throw them right in a nursing home. I can't do that. Mm-mm. I cannot do that. Absolutely not. I will be there for them as much as possible. Mm-mm. As much as I could be there, right? Our parents, especially, right? My parents, nobody's perfect, but for the most part, they were always there for me, right? You think I'm gonna abandon my parents now that they're older and they're dealing with, their health issues and all that? Of course, I'm gonna help them. I'm not gonna abandon my parents. I would not put them in a nursing home. Mm-mm. I will do what I can as much as I can, for sure. But yeah, I'm good, Flex. I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. It's actually, it felt good earlier. Now it's starting to feel a little too hot out here. What's the temperature in Gainesville, Flex? What's the temperature? It is now, it was 70 when I got out here. 72. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell the temperature went up. I feel it. But it's nice. 45 in Gainesville? Right now? No way. That's crazy. 45? That's wild. We're in the same state, and where you are is 45, and it's 72 where I'm at in South Florida. That's crazy. This weather is nuts. It is nuts. Oh my God. What was I gonna? Oopsie. That's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Um, Flex, I'm pretty sure the temperature went up. It was 45. I think it was like in the 40s early this morning here, but now it's 72. So I'm sure it went up where you are. Um, Nino, I see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, see, I'm even turning more red because it's feeling a little warm out here. I'm turning a little red now in the face. I have such sensitive skin. And since I have fair complexion, I get red like that. You notice right away. Right away. Um, okay, 67. Okay, now that makes more sense. That makes more sense because you're more up north. That makes sense. But 40, I was about to say, I'm like, how is it almost 30 degrees difference when we're in the same state? That's wild. But no. Okay, that makes more sense now. Good. How is Margie's shoulder? How is her shoulder? How's your dad holding up? I hope everyone's doing better. For sure, for sure. Um, yeah, I'm back. But I might just, for now, until everything gets kind of back to the same schedule as before, I might just do 1.5 hours on live when I can instead of the 2. at least until I catch up on some things. Yeah, do what I can. And I was gonna do my live like while I'm walking around doing it. I said, you know what? No, no, no. I need to give myself a little break, right? If I'm gonna tell you guys that we need to give ourselves grace, we need to take breaks from time to time, right? I gotta practice what I preach. So I said no. I was like, girl, talking to myself, because you know I talk to myself. It's like, girl, you know you need a little break. Just chill out. Sit down, go live, chill out. That's your little you time. Relax. Relax. Um, so if yeah, so then I think Margie's doing better. I'm sure. Because us Geminis, we're strong. So I'm pretty sure she's doing better. I'm pretty sure. Let me see how long I've been. I'm gonna end I'm on the YouTube at the same time. I'm gonna see if